apology, cause I declined to indulge in dishonesty. Sorry, but it has to be this way. Just know this.
Hey, here we are again. We're back at July 27th, ReW WhO, with our next guest, Jeff WaRD, and obviously a published author is in the house with PaRaSiTe. This is amazing. This is like amazing. Even better when you read it. But I mean, just seeing a book published by a person, to me, that is like mega huge.
That's mega legit.
It's like beyond. It's a gorgeous book. So tell me about PaRaSiTe. Speak loud.
Okay, I'll try. Well, I wrote it quite a long time ago when I was about. Is it better, Mike? Better? Oh, yeah. So I wrote it when I was about 26, but it was only published last year. I did other stuff in between.
What are you, like 28 now?
I'm 42.
Really?
No.
Well, that's good. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
42 is the new 22, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so yes, you wrote it at 26, the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
Totally complete.
Yeah, pretty much.
And did you try shopping it then, or?
Not really. I was doing other music. I was in bands, and I kind of knew that it needed work, and I didn't have an editor, so I just left it sitting around for quite a long time. I wrote another novel. I wrote 2 novels actually, and then about a few years ago, a couple of my friends they passed away, like stupid circumstances, and they had read the manuscript, and it was kind of involving them in some sort of way. So I just got it polished up and put it out there.
Is this autobiographical?
Somewhat.
Autobiographical fiction?
Kind of. It's more like a fly on the wall. I find more of a.
I mean, just the cover alone is so. I mean, who cannot empathize with that? I mean, I guess a lot can't, but I know many a person who can just empathize with the little blurb on the front.
Joyous flashbacks amidst the crystal meth nightmare.
Yes. Unfortunately, I know a few people like that.
Well, it's a horrible drug, and,
yes,
I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. But when I arrived in New York about 15 years ago, I just got involved with a girl who was into crystal meth. She had a lot of money and so all that kind of stuff. And she and her husband had, like, one was into coke and one was into crystal meth, and I was just into I was in New York, just sort of cruising around, just trying to find something to write about, in a sense.
And you just stumbled right into it.
Yeah, I was kind of a mess. I start the book off by saying that I was on the run from England because of, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that kind of stuff. At some point, it just got a bit too much for me, and I was just, 26-year-old.
Right.
And, thankfully I didn't do the 27.
Right.
Amy Winehouse, all of that.
The Amy Winehouse day.
But that kind of time of,
We could probably make a beehive with your hair too.
Yeah.
I think it would look quite nice, actually.
A bit of a Brian Ferry.
I think we can do it. I think we need a teasing competition.
Next year on the anniversary, you'll need to have a beehive day.
That would work. Yes, you've got it. All right, so back to your story. So you're the fly on the wall.
Kind of, yeah.
Basically narrating what you observed.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, it's interesting because coke and meth, they're like cousins, but like one's the hillbilly and one's the Fifth Avenue, like one's the trailer park and one's the penthouse, supposedly. But when you cross that line, it's kind of, they blur.
Well, I noticed when I've been in different parts of America, it's, crystal meth is
everywhere.
It seems to be around a lot because it's easy to make. And at the
Did
time,
you learn how to make it?
Oh no, I never even heard of it.
I heard you could look it up online. Yeah,
how do you make it?
You can find the recipe online. I heard. You can't buy certain drugs like over the counter anymore. You have to show your license. Because they supposedly use that to make
I've noticed that.
Like Advil's, cold sinus, Sudafed, certain. But, crystal meth is huge in America. It's not in England, really? Is it now?
I don't think so. it's a different.
It is.
You know, in England, people probably can get a hold of drink real young,
Right.
and it probably saves them from a lot of the drugs that kids get involved in.
Here,
because they can't go to a bar. And, you know,
right,
the entrance into that whole thing is different.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Wow, so this is really cool. So where can people purchase this book? And you see a screenplay, movie, musical? You know, you see any?
Well, I think you would definitely make it.
It sounds like a great
story.
screenplay.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, you have the Basketball Diaries and all of those kind of stories. It's definitely in that vein. No?
Yeah, and those are always great movies.
But I think it's a very New York book as well because, I think it just as well being just a new immigrant's tale, and New York's all about that. Just people coming to America and New York and just getting by on their wits, and you know, sometimes people, you know, in order to get by on their wits, they become involved with people who are probably not the best for them. But you know, as an artist, you can usually manage to get out of it by making a creative soup out of it or something, which is either a book or a song or something.
Are you still doing music?
Yeah.
Well, how often do you play?
Not so much. I tend to, if I go back to England, I'm more likely to play, or I tend to just do like readings, and I'll play the guitar and I'll do some songs and stuff like that.
Right. Do you have anything coming up scheduled?
I'm supposed to be playing on Friday with Richard Lloyd's band.
Okay.
Over in Maxwell, is it?
Jersey?
Yeah.
In Hoboken.
Hoboken, yeah.
Right. So would you read a little piece from here for us?
Sure.
Oh, good. I want to hear.
And I can hold.
We can put a mic stand for you. Yeah, I want to hear this book. Thanks, guys. We've got a great team over here at ReW WhO. Thank you, Melanie. So, all right. All right, so we're going to hear some PaRaSiTe from JeFF WaRD.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is chapter 2, part of it. So I just arrived in New York and I'm kind of wandering around with no friends. Anyway, I proceeded west on 10th Street, sniffing the air for beat ghosts, before cutting up to Union Square, where I sat for a while watching an old lady feeding the squirrels. I decided that I was going to walk up to Harlem, over 100 blocks north of where I was sitting. It was a mad idea, but I was feeling buzzed and well up for it. With my head full of daydreams and South American marching powder, I reached 125th Street about the same time as I finished the final chapter of my second novel. I sat down in the Lenox Lounge with a vodka tonic, thinking and remembering my pilgrimage here the previous year, when I had daydreamed of Malcolm X, not long after reading his autobiography. Once again, I wondered if he had sit in this very same seat when he was a young, naive hoodlum, predestined to be bitten and chewed by the great white shark of America. Then I pictured him on 125th Street, heroically appealing to his brothers and sisters to fight the power. Now, though, with my cocaine head on, I remembered Malcolm's writing about Billie Holiday, and a vision came to me of this sleepy afternoon bar full to its capacity, with Lady Day's sweet melting tones into his big fighting heart. I blessed myself in the Catholic fashion and said a few private words to St. Malcolm, praying that I too might one day honour my inner spirits, but not today. Today I honour Keith Richards.
Wow, and I just feel once again that Amy Winehouse coming through. God, that's incredible. You are like a poet as far as a novelist.
Thank you. It'd be kind to say that.
It's so true. So where in England did you grow up?
Excuse me.
Peanut Gallery just wants to comment.
Yes?
If you make a musical, can it be Les Miserables?
Oh, Les Miserables.
I do like that.
That's brilliant.
I have another novel. It's based on Macbeth called Macbeth. I do like playing on words, so that's cool.
Oh, really? Cool, man.
Yeah, maybe a collaboration is brewing here. You know, maybe it's the prequel.
Sure.
We'll talk after.
All right.
Nice connections. I like that. So, now you threw me. Oh yeah, where in England did you grow up?
Well, I'm from an area outside of Birmingham called the Black Country, and have you heard, Led Zeppelin got that Black Country woman song? So it's from there.
And did you live in London ever?
Yeah, I never had a residence there, but when that band started playing, I spent most of my life in London at that time.
Right, and the name of the band was?
The band was called Gunfire Dance, and we had records and stuff like that in early 90s.
Nice. So did you get to travel a little and get a little taste of?
Mostly we just came to New York. We came to New York on 2 occasions and played, CBGBs, Race the Wall, Continental, pretty small kind of piece.
Well, middle places that people like to play, and legendary.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were like the kind of Englishman that knew New York was home.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's when the shoe fits. It's like you're still here 12 years later or more, right?
Well, so much of the music I liked and the books I read, New York featured in there, so it just seemed a natural.
Like which bands? Can you say like 2?
Oh, the New York Dolls, the Dead Boys.
Yeah.
Television.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I play with Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's all good. Do you have any questions, Mr. James Morey? He's speechless on everyone today.
On what page is it where you talk about how to make the crystal meth?
You really want to know, huh? Did you ever read Tweak, or that book with that? Did you ever hear that? Did you ever hear of Tweak? It was a book that was a sequel, like a father and son wrote their story, and then the kid wrote Tweak. I can't remember the original book, but I did read it. I didn't read the other one, but I know the name. It's Tweak. The kid came out, but it was a total father-son story about meth. And I don't know. Do you have a skeleton from your closet that you'd like to share? I mean, it is.
They're all in the book.
Yeah,
it's a pretty honest book.
So can you share one? It is National Creme Brulee Day and National Scotch Day, and you saw what the treat is actually. It doesn't have to be that nasty. It could be something totally not even related to the book. It could just be something silly. Nothing humiliating. I know you're proper in English, and I don't want to bust you. I was just told the other day the difference, the true difference in English and American English. And do you know what that is? It's the placement of the mouth. You speak English much more like this. And Australians, if you could just go like this, it just comes natural. And if Australians and Americans speak more like this, because we started smiling when we left England. That's what I was told. So, I know.
I know that the Americans got the Puritans and the Australians got the convicts. That's a very puritanical streak in this country.
All the freaking whatever, I know. So back to your skeleton. So tell us, skeleton. It could be from England when you were a little 5-year-old lad. I don't care. Did you ever steal a piece of candy?
Well, I confessed all that in to my.
I have a question. What is with the?
What happened to your wrist?
I cut my hand, a piece of glass on the back of my hand, with a few stitches.
How?
A picture frame.
Does that work?
That works.
That works.
Do you frame pictures for a living?
I do.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Wow. What was
It's kind of like a hobby that pays, whereas music and writing books, they're a hobby that don't pay.
Now, do you do that here in the city, or do you do that elsewhere?
Yeah.
Any historical paintings or pictures did you frame?
Yeah, plenty.
Did anything stand out?
Well, I did like a Warhol Jagger
Original?
one time.
And yesterday was Jagger's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Any upskirts, bro?
Any
I got so
upskirts?
last.
Would
I
you
don't
like
know.
would you like a cream candy? Would you like a cream candy? Do you want to dip it in scotch? It's like a ReW WhO invention. Creme brulee and scotch, since it is National Creme Brulee Day and National Scotch Day, July 27th. Here you go. So do you have shout-outs, websites? How can people find you to buy this fabulous book?
Well, the book's available from Amazon.com and all those kind of outlets. I have MySpace, which is Electrojet. That's ELECTJET, I think, something like that.
Right.
That's the name of the music project. I don't really have a band.
Yeah.
But it goes under some music.
Awesome. And PaRaSiTe is the book, and I really, it's really cool.
I'm
like,
intrigued. I'm going to look you up and find you on Facebook and whatever.
Oh, yeah. I'm there.
Yay, I love it. Any last shout-outs? Anything you want to tell the world?
Try and make peace with one another.
Yes, I definitely have to second that one. Do you think it will ever happen?
Yes.
Does everyone in your family talk to each other?
Oh, yeah.
Do all, like, relatives too? Like, do you have any, like, do your parents all talk to their siblings, and do they all talk to their parents? I just want to know, because I just feel like in families, there's so many situations where brothers and sisters stop talking to each other, and I always wonder, like, how in the world can there be peace if families can't even, like, talk to each other?
Yeah, there's a few that don't get along. My family are the great diplomats.
Yeah.
They get along with everyone and kind of make the peace.
I like it. I like it. What about you? You look like a peace man.
You mean with my family and all that?
I don't know. I don't know.
My family's like splintered in all corners of the United States.
But do they talk?
No.
Do they text?
A little texting.
Oh, so they communicate.
Yeah, but not in a healthy way. It's not.
But it doesn't. I heard that it doesn't matter if you're yelling or screaming is better than not talking at all. Because if you're yelling and screaming, at least you are communicating.
Well, there's a whole lot of not talking going on.
Yeah, see, that's the part that I just hope there's peace too. I mean, I'm all about that. But from your mouth to Amy Winehouse, I know. Oh, Amy. All right, let's say a little prayer.
Bless her.
And let's all make some beehives and read this book, PaRaSiTe.
PaRaSiTe.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you so much. We'll be back.
To make you feel brand new, our guests will inspire you. Yes, in New York, ReW WhO